Virgo Seeker, welcome to the shift. Let's start with runes, then animal spirit, then tarot. I have two packs of runes, and I'm working with the Futa runes in case anybody's curious. It's the Elder Futa, the Elder rune. Okay. Fehu in, no? Fehu, yes. Fehu in the reverse. Turisas, that has been coming up a lot for readings. And Uruz in the reverse. Okay. Virgo, this is a time of endurance. When seemingly you don't have the tools that you're used to having at your disposal, the things that stabilize you, or that gets you going, and it's for a reason. Spirit is trying to train other aspects of you that you've already are very well versed at. You really, really know how to work in certain ways with certain tools, with certain skill sets, with certain conditions. But now Spirit is creating completely different conditions, or has been creating completely different conditions for you. So the mutable aspect in you could show its strength and practice its muscle in different conditions. Because now it might be happening in a very challenging, uncomfortable way, but the skill that you'll get to practice at this time will serve you in the future in conditions that are actually very favorable, but will also require, in a way, the same skill set you're working on right now, or situations you're dealing with and getting to become very experienced with. So stay perseverant, keep your heads up. There's a good reason for it. It might not come natural to you. It might be something that you need to learn how to do, or you're kind of learning on the job. But it's really going to pay off. And if you're like, why is this happening? You'll understand in retrospect. I'm going to pull more runes to see more about that in the sequel. But let's move to the animal spirit. See what the animal kingdom and its archetypes have to say. My beautiful Virgo, sun, moon, rising, intuitively guided. Golden egg. Yes, something very special is cooking for you, for your life. It's your purpose. It's your dream that you didn't even know it was your dream. It's something that takes together everything that you've done. Like you have Gemini in the 10th house, right? You might have multiple streams of income, of careers, very versatile, very diverse, and seemingly maybe these things don't seem related even to you, but you'll find soon how all of this comes together and becomes this found treasure that you can use and enjoy. You'll be the sum of your pieces. Currently, you are the pieces of you, and you're enacting them beautifully and skillfully because you're Virgo. Duh. Wow. This is the second time I'm saying duh in this video. What's going on? I never say duh. So if it means something to anybody, or if someone says duh a lot, and needs that for confirmation, I don't know. Whatever. But soon you'll be the sum, the greater sum of all these pieces. The bigger picture, the puzzle, all made, all done. Spider web, and it's made of so many small, intricate pieces that come together so beautifully. And again, your spirit, your higher self has been weaving this treasure expression of you that is about to be birthed. Um, and you've done things in your life until now that, you've done them intuitively, instinctually. You pursued your instincts, you followed them, you operated based on them, even if it didn't make sense to your environment, even if it didn't make sense to you. Something in you just knew that that's what you're supposed to do right now. Even if it seems um, not focused, even if it's like taking your focus from something else that you're supposed to zoom on, you just knew, okay, now it's time to put a pause on this and go do that. Very zigzag, swirly, abstract way, nothing linear. And yet, it turns out that it's been weaving a highly linear mathematical physicist genius structure of all these pieces of the puzzle, or all these little pieces of this great machine that is going to come together, and it's now in its final cooking stages, and it's about to be birthed. Okay? Not yet. Right now, as I'm reading this, you're in the process. Let's see what the tarot has to add. If you find that you resonate with this reading and you want to dive deeper, there will be a sequel, as I said, more runes, but also clarifications to the tarot, looking also further down the line. Maybe a couple more animal spirit. We'll just be dissecting. Okay, and it will be available for separate purchase over on Patreon, but also available over here on channel membership, tier shifter, and above for unlimited streaming of all the tarot scopes, all the sequels to the tarot scopes. Okay. Tarot, what do you have to say for a beautiful Virgo, please? Knight of Pentacles. This is going to, and this is your egg that you're holding. With such reverence and caution and responsibility, you take your time, Virgo. You know the rhythm. You determine the rhythm. Doesn't matter how the rhythm ought to be, how other people might think it ought to be like. You have an internal clock that is in alignment, and currently it's slow, right? You're like a hen sitting on her eggs. Hen. 3 of Swords. There's pain involved in that. Watch, who was that for? Was it Cancer? Black Hole Heart. Watch that reading. Very recent reading. You'll find it in October 2025 playlist. What's coming through now is that someone wants to is making a gesture or about to make a gesture of fixing or addressing a sense of disappointment or heartache that you've been experiencing or that they have caused. They just want to address it. Okay, and they're being very practical with their approach. They're not coming all gooey, or they're not coming all I'm gonna heal it. They're just in a very simple, humble way and practical way. They're like, I want to discuss this, right? I want to look into it. This comes from a sense of responsibility, King of Pentacles. They feel accountable, responsible. It's hard for me to say if they actually care about your feelings as much as they care about doing the right thing because they recognize that they may have caused something. So this could be to do with their own sense of dignity and honor and what is the right way to behave, which is wonderful in and of itself. It's not a bad thing, but it's also it might be missing also sentiment of like I just truly care about your feelings and I don't want you to be in pain. Seemingly, we can confuse the two, but sometimes, and they can go together. You can have a sense of duty and responsibility and wanting to do the right thing and also genuinely care about the other person's feelings. It's just currently I'm picking up on the sense of duty and accountability. I don't know if they care and feel and are empathic to your hurt as much as they just can recognize it and they know it. Um, and they know their share. No, that's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. Of course, it's up to how you accept it, but um, just an anecdote. Okay, show me more before I just decide all of this. Very interesting. They don't want to leave like bad blood, like meaning they don't want it to be awkward. They don't want to leave on a bad note. They don't want you to feel disappointed in them. They like to be appreciated. Um, So if you have feelings for them, maybe that's why this is coming through, the differentiation. The spirit is might tries is what spirit is trying to get through to you is possibly, I'm not sure yet, possibly that like don't take it as, oh my God, they love me. Or oh my God, they care so much about me. I mean, maybe. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that's not necessarily the case. It's just saying be cautious, be observant, recognize where it's coming from. And we can be grateful for this type of, responsibility and care. That's great. But it's more like, a boss recognized that they said something that hurt you and they're like, oh, now it's going to affect their profitability or their whatever, or maybe they'll say something to someone, so they just want to fix it, right? It's not like they love you. I want to see further. I want to see further before I just completely dry out this person and your dynamic. And also, please remember, friendly reminder, these are general readings. You know your life best. I have no power over you. All I do is tell you what I see, and you get to utilize it as you wish. Okay? And this is applicable to everyone you see online or to any mentor, teacher, etc. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but generally speaking, if someone has power over you, it's because you give them power. And if that's what you want, that's great. But then they need to um, appreciate that and be grateful to that and not take advantage of that, not take it for granted, not assume it's just theirs to yield and to wield. Okay? The sun. Okay, so there's going to be a really great conversation that is going to clarify the air and make things right again. And everything is good. And they are a good person, and you are a good person, and everybody's good, and everybody's getting along. Yay. Are you sensing a sense of sarcasm? Yeah, because that's true. But then there's also something about your heart that feels a bit sad. Because I think you might be picking up on everything I just said, right? Okay, tea. Tea. I find that tea fixes almost everything. Mhm. I think you recognize all of that and you're just playing the game. You're like, because in a weird way, you're hurt by this. Not as much as you would be if they had not try to do the right thing by you, to do right by you. So it's not that you're hurt by it. It's good, but maybe you're recognizing everything I just said. And so, but you're not saying anything, you're not expressing it because you understand where things stands and you're trying to be graceful. And you're just kind of keeping how it makes you feel inside, but saying all the right things that are true. They're not untrue, they're just partial, right? You're not expressing everything that you feel about the situation. You're keeping it in the technical sphere, just like they are, because they're coming from a technical sphere. Um, Once again, if you're a cross watcher and you need to do that with Virgo in your life, that you feel a sense of responsibility to do the right thing, go right ahead. It's not like the Virgo will be angry or that it's wrong. Again, it's just there's more to it, and they're going to keep it to themselves because they recognize that it's not mutual or not relevant or something along those lines, something like that. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. So if we go with the boss example, maybe the employee doesn't, maybe the Virgo is the employee, right? And they don't just want, by the way, you can switch the roles and always in general readings. So the employee in the story, um, okay, they appreciate their boss for correcting things and for appreciating their work and for apologizing so that they don't feel bad, but they were actually hoping to also be really, really appreciated for this creative project that they pitched or offered an opportunity of some sort, and they didn't get that. So they're disappointed that it's not more, right? That's it. So that can play out in different scenarios, something along those lines. Okay, next, let's keep going. There's also some truth coming out to the surface with the Sun and the Hangman. So this person, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, they're going to tell you something. It's going to bring clarity to what happened in this situation. Um, and it will change your perspective in a way. It will, first of all, it will enlarge your perspective. You'll understand things on a bigger scale. But it's also going to make you pause and reconsider your next move. The cards are having a hard time finding your energy. You're like very elusive at this time. Three of Cups. Great. Okay. Your approach that you're taking is just to celebrate the positive and not worry about what you didn't get, but just focus on gratitude and what you did get. Okay. And then glass half full, literally. And you're just celebrating that. And that celebration, that focus on the positive, on the have, on what is received, kind of enlarge. It kind of creates more manifestation and creates more joy and more opportunity and it fills up the cup to be more full. I'm reminded of a reading that I did, the glass empty full, something like that. Maybe you want to watch that too. I don't remember which sign it was. Drink water. Um, so some sort of expression of gratitude and celebration and joy does something energetically, vicariously. It doesn't even have to be focused on the thing. The thing that comes due to that doesn't have to be even related. It's just invited by the energy of joy and gratitude. You want to manifest joy and gratitude on what you have. It's not about lying and telling yourself. It's not about the mantras of telling yourself that you have something that you don't actually have yet. It's these are part of it, but it's mostly focusing on what's right in front of you that you have that you love and you're happy about, and expressing gratitude and celebrating it, being happy about it. It just invites so much more. Oh, So we have Six of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Taurus. Now we have King and Queen of Pentacles, and then Three of Wands, and we have three threes now. Three of Swords, Three of Cups, Three of Wands. I love seeing the King of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Pentacles. So you and this person do have a shared purpose of some sort, a connection, a relationship, and there is a shared vision and a plan for the future so that you're kind of taking. So I think this person is offering you something, um, or together you're kind of figuring it out, but you're coming together to do something together. Okay. This could be let's travel together. This could be let's work on this project together. This could be let's write this thing together. This could be let's be involved romantically. Let's date. You know, it can be whatever, but you come to this agreement. It's very like if this is romantic, it feels very like formal, almost like a match. You know, like when you get matched to someone. So it's like you don't really know each other. It's all very formal, and then you meet and you talk, and it's a little awkward, and then you meet again, and then you get married, and it's like it's all very formal. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm just giving like an extreme example to get the vibe across. I don't know, you guys, the two of you are coming through as very earth, very practical, or you reached a state in your life where you feel like this is the time where I need to be very practical, so this needs to be very practical, or something about your dynamic demands it. The two of you get that that's what you need to do right now in order for it to be okay. Um, you got to agree on certain things, right? You got to have some do's and don'ts, and it's for the purpose of like giving it the best chance, right? It's kind of sweet and very interesting. I see it as it comes through. It's coming through as a very positive thing. Um, and it's also very mature. You know, you could be an elderly couple that like maybe you're both widowed or divorced, or one of you has been single for this entire time, but you're like you don't want to spend your last days alone, but you're good friends, or you know this person, or they're your neighbor, and it's like you're agreeing to come together in partnership to be there for one another. It's almost like the best friends who are like, if we don't, who are young now in the story you're young, okay, where if we don't get married in 10 years, then we'll marry each other, something like that. It's very cute and very formal. Okay. It's actually making me smile. How can we spend time with each other? How can this work? How can we make this work? It's very sweet. I think this person does care about you. It's just the way they show it is very mechanical. Maybe they're very formal. Maybe they're very serious. Maybe they're shy. Um, maybe they work a lot and they spend a lot of time in a environment where where they need to be very like responsible and practical. Um, one of the cats is meowing like crazy outside. I'm sure he's fine. He tends to do that, but I'm just gonna stop being anxious. The cat is fine. He's fed, drank, he just wants attention. Just wants attention. And I can't give him that attention right now because I'm working. It's just what it is. So we're both gonna chill, and I'm not gonna worry, and he's gonna stop meowing in a second. Great. Where was it? Yeah, so I think this person is so used to conducting themselves with other people in very formal ways, so they're kind of bringing it they kind of bring it to the table with you. Okay, so this is a love reading. That's sweet. An unexpected love reading. Four of Wands. Fantastic. We have Three of Wands, then Four of Wands. Look at that. Yep. So now here might be dealing with an Aries. We have two Taurus cards, two Aries cards. Yeah, that's the only thing. I never mention a zodiac sign unless I have at least two cards that represent that sign. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I see on the table I have here Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, maybe Capricorn. No, no, no. There's also Aquarius and Pisces. You're dealing with any one of these zodiac signs. Yeah, no shit. I did a satire on that, like a short satire on shit that tarot readers do, shit things that tarot readers say that I hate, something like that. I'll put it here in the info somewhere. Um, I think it has like two parts, but it reminds me of that. Okay, anything else that I can tell Virgo about this person, about this situation? It's gonna work. I mean, you're gonna just make a plan, and that plan, those foundations, those stable regulations, do's and don'ts, um, schedule, like when you meet, when you talk, when you have sex, or all that. Like you're a couple that maybe like a married couple that both have very busy work life and you've got to schedule having sex. That's hysterical. But people do that. So something along those lines. But either way, you do all that and it works. And from then, once you have the earth element stabilized, right? You're the stability, the accountability, the reliability, the belonging, the safety. From there, the passion and the fun and the flow and the instinct has freedom to just be between the two of you, and you get to have all that fun because you're not worried. It's like the pyramid, the Maslow pyramid of needs, but applied to relationship. First, you got to know you're safe with each other. First, you got to know you have the important things covered. Um, and then your system feels free to have fun. Okay, so I'm gonna move this, rearrange because there's a lot of repeating numbers, but also I'm gonna pull more cards and I'm gonna move all of this to the sequel. So you know where to find it on the end screen and below in the description box. Um, Subscribe if you're new. I'm happy to have you join the shift. It's a big family. It's a big tribe. Stay magic. Stay true. Stay free. I love you and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.